On your marks, get set, play.
I love that.
Good flavor.
That I really like.
That is delicious.
Bakers, your time is up.
Why, hello there. We back. It's, Stay Scratchy Milk presents Krème Patisserie. And here to discuss what I thought was one very fun episode of the Great British Bake Off. It's NicJu.
It was quite compelling, isn't it?
Isn't it? And my man, Tatum216.
Hello.
I want you to know, before I even push play, I said, all right, I'm even sitting on the couch. I'm like, before I push go, who going home? And she refused to make a guess, but I said, George is going home.
Hating on my boy.
Hey, man, we discussed that.
No
we
faith in my guy.
None. But also, they didn't really do a bunch of hard laminating this week, unlike other years past, where I'm seeing people roll butter flat and all this other stuff. I'm just saying.
But Jurgen had perfect form again. He did the little triangle package and everything.
We'll get there. Our remaining bakers this week: Amanda, Chiggs, Christelle, George, Giuseppe, Jurgen, and Lizzie. And first up this week in our signature challenge, 2 batches of decorated shoe nuts.
Shoe nuts.
With 2 hours to prepare. Shoe nuts, if I'm not mistaken, just me looking at them, is just cronuts in America.
I mean, what is shoe pastry in America?
It's just shoe pastry is just what it is. It's called shoe pastry, but I'm almost positive cronuts is the same kind of deal.
Okay.
So
I've never had a cronut.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
A cronut is made out of croissant, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you look how them bitches fried up, that's how.
Is a croissant made from shoe pastry?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was fun to see them make stuff, but then not really. I think they finally have like, all right, at this point, y'all know what shoe pastry is. But I also feel like they should have maybe gave a little bit of like, here's what shoe pastry is, because it is a little bit of, it's some technique to it. But a shoe nut, in this case, shoe pastry piped into a donut shape. They wanted one set glazed, one set filled.
And then it's deep fried.
Yeah, like all good donuts should be.
Yes.
Well, I think yet again, Jurgen has just a deep knowledge about everything. He's just a true perfectionist. Like he was saying how like when you mix the fat in the water and the flour makes a gel.
Nah, that's the next one.
Oh shit! Well, there we go. I'm wrong again.
Don't worry, I got that written down. We'll come back to that one. But what Giuseppe put you on the game in this one, talking about how you use eggs in the shoe dough.
Yes.
To get them right,
but not too much. It'll make it too thin.
Yeah, for sure. So Lizzie is not a fan of shoe nuts.
Lizzie looked so scared. Not just like a little bit scared, like uncomfortable the whole time.
I chuckle because Signature and Showstopper, they get to practice.
Right. But
so she must have had.
Don't be practicing. She in there watching Harry Potter.
I was thinking she must have had a bad experience in practice. That had her like, I can't do this shit for nothing.
Yeah, she straight up and down didn't like it and didn't want to do it. And like she's usually, making uncomfortable jokes and shit the whole time. That was not popping off this episode.
Nah, they had my girl locked down. Her glazing was just a caramel glaze, but she made the filled one a raspberry liqueur and hibiscus filled. And we'll get there. Let's run through it. George, on the other hand, was wild excited to make him some shoe nuts. Was like, he looked like a man who would enjoy a donut. No disrespect.
And then, like, on top of that, there was like, when it was like, stop baking, He was like, I am stopping. I'm just eating me a donut. Yeah, man.
I meant
Those
it was
are
Like,
the
this is
ones.
what I made for myself. Like, this is mine.
Like it's a baker's dozen, pimp. That 13th one is
Right.
mine.
Yeah, that 13.
Yeah. His glazed one was toffee glaze. His filled one was jam and cream filled.
On the cross section, it did look nice.
Chig's made hazelnut and praline filled shoe nuts, and then he made a chocolate shoe nut, like the dough itself was chocolate with a lime glaze.
What was his other one called? It was like a breast something, French breast.
Was that in the shoes? It had to be in the shoes. That's the only thing they had, whatever. But it does not say in my little notes here. Let me scroll.
Because I remember, Paul
Yeah,
Hollywood complained about.
He called them shits the ooh la la shoe nuts. And I guess they were based on the French breast. And then Matt kept making like, what? French breast? Like, settle down, bruv.
And Paul Hollywood said they were overfilled, but Prue disagreed. Because she got the OG knowledge. Like, nah, if this is supposed to be that style, that's why it's overfilled like that.
Correct. She had to put that 84-year or whatever 81-year-old wisdom to the test right quick. Let's see. They went wild long without showing Jurgen at all.
Right.
It's like 6 minutes in. I'm like, where my man's at? Y'all just not gonna show my man no love?
Right.
It was worrisome. I just want you to know that. I want you to know I recognized it. I saw it. I was concerned. Giuseppe made bellissima shoe nuts. One was limoncello filled, and the other was sesame and almond nougatine for his glazed joints.
Them nougatine ones look so pristine. Like he made because it was like a brittle. It was so perfect.
Yeah.
But yet again, Paul Hollywood saying that man, you used too much limoncello on that bad boy, and then Prue was like, nah, I like it.
Like my
She
God,
like her some liquor.
that's hitting. Christelle's edit had my interest. I was worried it was a loser's edit, but little did I know.
They were, so they made me mad in the preview before the episode because they made it look like she baked something into her signature as a mistake. I'm like, don't do me like this. The
Bruh.
whole episode, I'm like, damn, though, Christelle's doing all right. Like, she gonna fuck up her whole week in the fucking signature. Like, showstopper.
I thought it was some hair. I was like, it's
I
some
thought
hair
it
in
was
that
like a
bad boy.
fork or something. Like, she left a baking utensil in that shit. I was so mad.
She made passion fruit and mango maracuya for her filled ones and a miso caramel glaze shoe nut for that. And
That
she
sounded nasty to me. Miso caramel.
well, she was explaining how
Umami.
it's a more complex flavor than just salted caramel, a more umami kind of flavor. And they was like, yeah, it tastes just like you said it did. And they kind of left it there.
I don't know. Miso reminds me of like malt. Like if most people are fine with it, but there's this powdery thing about miso, like the paste or whatever.
I love malts.
It's this one hibachi spot we go to, and they constantly trying to give me a bowl of miso soup. I'm like, my guy, I don't want your miso soup, and I don't want this salad that been in that fridge for some minute.
I'll eat miso soup. I'll have miso dressing, but every time I taste it, I'm always like, it's so gritty. I wouldn't want that in a donut.
I feel like I need to taste some miso now.
Yeah,
It's not
Just a little
bad.
bit.
It's just gritty. Like.
Amanda made maple syrup and bacon donuts, which I wrote down here as I was typing notes tonight, which I said, which was so basic, I should have knew her fate right from the goddamn go. Right from right there. I should have been like, oh yeah. That's me slipping. Jurgen made yuzu and sake glazed donuts, shoe nuts, forgive me, shoe nuts. I gotta keep saying that. And his filled batch was filled with ube, which is a purple sweet potato, right? Or is that like taro?
Oh, I didn't know what the hell they were saying.
Yeah, ube. And it really was like, when I saw it mix it up, I was like, what is this nuclear? But then when he said it was ube, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what that is. And I know how that should look.
Okay, so this episode has had me in a chokehold since I watched it on Friday. I'm very immature, but all of the innuendo, like it was too much, and to the point where like perfectly too much, and Prue not either not getting it or trying to act like she didn't get it, and everybody around her just falling apart. I'm so immature. I couldn't take it. I had to like rewind it because I was laughing so hard.
Well, we just happen to be right there here in my notes, so perfect timing. They enjoyed George's glazed ones, but the two holes squirt bit had my junior high self really chuckling. And then like, cause they zoom in on Paul's face and he's like, oh no. And then they pull it out and they look at Matt, and Matt's like
Oh,
and
and
then
now you just said pulled out, and I'm gone. The whole episode, I was just like, why am I at 12? Like,
Pooh like, what is y'all giggling about? And they're like, nothing. Like, and you need to stop. I was like, yes, ma'am. We gonna stop right now. But yeah, two holes squirt could have been. Yeah. Anyway, Jurgen got a well done. You know what I'm saying? They weren't too, like, hey, you shit. Chig's got it. No, am I jumping ahead? No, I'm good. Chig's got a well done. Giuseppe just lovely, unfilled, but the one was filled with too much limoncello. Christelle's miso had that umami flavor just as she described. Prue liked the tropical one. Paul felt the pastry should be more open. And the way he described it sounded kind of dirty too. Mm-hmm. It was a lot going on in this episode. I'm like, y'all is being naughty. But I think that's all. Yeah. And, Lizzie, despite not liking it, killed it. Prue said she would pick up the toffee glaze joint she made from any shop. Mm-hmm. And that she is fucking up Prue's of ideal that she's had forever, that you must love to cook to be able to cook. Because Lizzie clearly don't like it and still did the damn thing. Mm-hmm. I need her to just pull it together one weekend and just knock me out of Star Baker performance. I guess. I
think it's, she's getting better. Like, you're supposed to get better in the competition, and I think the tent is pushing her forward just as a baker. So,
yeah,
good for her.
True. All right. We are off to our technical challenge. Technical this week, signed by Paul. A large baklava that they kept saying balaclava, and it was like, yo, English, y'all be wildin'. Scratch made phyllo dough, a first for Bake Off. They said that as much because most time they just bring in some phyllo dough. 2 hours 45 minutes to prepare, which I was like, that's not enough time to make some damn phyllo dough and put together a baklava. But
baklava, they kept calling it baklava.
I know, and I'm just like like y'all English is Englishing on me right now. Y'all got to chill. What y'all think of the challenge in general?
I felt like Jurgen, like I said, he is so technically proficient at what he does.
Yeah.
Like when he was like everybody was like, when it came to putting a pattern on a baklava, and like he had his aluminum ruler was like, well, I have to increase this. Like it was such a brilliant moment. Like But yeah, Christelle was able to do it without all that. But it was just like he's such a good baker. He need his own show.
I don't think Jurgen can pull it off his show. If Jurgen can cook and they bring somebody else in to do the straight, Jurgen's a straight man. You bring somebody else to do the comedy bits, it'll be fine.
I totally do. I totally disagree with you for two reasons. Like if it was set up like how you said they used to do it back in the day. You give like some useful information, like, okay, today we're making sponge cake, and this is the history behind it. Like he get off his science bit about it, and then bake it. I think it would be a perfect show.
Fair enough.
I see both because you can see the way the producers are interacting with him off camera. They give him a prompt, and then he goes off and does his geeky like Jurgen thing, which is totally fun and fascinating. But he also is a fun straight man when he plays off the comedic. So like a little bit of both, maybe, and have him do his own segment where he leads it, and then have somebody else come on. But yes, hire Jurgen.
We'll see. We'll see where Jurgen goes. Plus, I see what's her name? From that first season I watched, the Indian lady whose name is just not gonna come to me right now. Chetna be on Food 52's YouTube channel just about every week. She does a recipe, so it's dope when they get out there and still doing some stuff. So I gets down with it. I follow a lot of former Bake Off
I only follow Liam and my forever bae Selassie.
I follow Liam Selassie. What's that French chick? Not the black French chick, the white French chick from like 2 years ago. She went kind of far in. I think she got to like almost like I think she got to
exactly who you're talking about, but the name is just out there.
I follow her. Who else, man? I do follow Chetna, but Chetna don't post no more. If I recall correctly. But yeah, pretty much. Anyway, I really fuck with Bake Off. If you didn't know. Oh, you know what? While we talking about it, let me jump over here. Nick came across this article. This is from IndieWire. Libby Hill wrote it. Baking is chemistry, and the Great British Baking Show has none. And I'm not going to even delve too deep into this article, except to call this lady a hater to the fullest extent. It is, especially this coming out, this article coming out after this just fantastic episode drop. You know what I'm saying? It was such a good episode and so much fun that it's like for her to be talking reckless about how she don't think Matt and Noel and everybody works. I'm just like, I gotta disagree, homeboy. I gotta disagree. It's a very good show, especially this season, and I've just had a lot of fun with it. I don't know, maybe I'm in the middle of a pandemic and it helps to have something fun to watch. But I've been watching the show for a very long while now, and like I said, I simply disagree.
I don't think the show has changed. I think we have changed.
Of course,
as a people, we are just so miserable and cynical, and some of the things that people are like, oh, I really need this, will seep through and people will love it. But there's always somebody that's going to shit on even the most lovely thing. And even I, like these first few episodes, I'm like, I've never disliked contestants before. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I just had a gut check and was like, no, this is not the Housewives. Like, this is the show that I watch to feel good. I don't have to pick a villain.
Yeah, yes, that's the thing, and I think that's what that's what this person wants. Maybe they have an expectation of reality shows, and this doesn't fit that bill. It's very different, and that's why I enjoy it. It's them and people was talking wild reckless about Ted Lasso all of season 2, and I'm like, y'all not seeing the bigger picture here.
They just hate happiness.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's see. Let's run it down. Christelle was really nice. Her baklava. What did they say? Balak. How to say it? Like they said it, Nick. Baklava. It's like, come on, y'all. Christelle's really nice. Amanda's clumsily decorated and needed to be darker. Chig's good cut and color. Giuseppe's undercooked, which was really interesting. And I don't know. I was just like, well, I wonder what got Giuseppe on this particular thing. I know he said he had never made it before, but I don't know. It seems like he got a good sense about timing and bakes. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like almost everybody seemed a little underbaked. Because when they were running that knife through, it was like, I don't know. First of all, that shit, all them shits look wrong to me to begin with. Because I remember my boy Mike from grade school, like, when we brought, used to bring stuff into class. His mom used to bring baklava from a long time ago. And aren't you supposed to put like the nuts and honey in between every layer?
You can. Not you have to. It's just it's different preparations.
And without roses?
Go back to that Swiss Colony catalog. You'll see some.
I've never had it with roses. Maybe I've only had American baklava. You see the two Greek people were struggling.
What's up? Chick's a good color. Giuseppe undercooked. Lizzie, a mess and doughy. She didn't want to make that. She did, and also I'm telling you right now, I don't know if y'all, you the listener, have a full understanding of what phyllo dough is like. I can't believe they made them make it.
Right.
Sure. Yes, you should have, probably. You know what I'm saying, but. Bruh, that's a difficult bit of pastry to work with, and I'm kind of shocked they made them make it by from scratch.
I was just wondering why. So everybody's top layer looked nice and flaky or whatever, but then like Paul had to open up everybody's bottom layer, and he was okay with that. It just looked. Everybody's looked like doughy and underdone. Like I'm used to having a very crispy experience with baklava, even though the inside it's like soaked in syrup. It still has like crisp and crunch to it, and it just looked like was different. It just looked hella doughy to me.
They be eating jellied eel. You can't trust them.
Right. Well, we eat
And breakfast beans.
This nigga beans.
Breakfast beans. This nigga eating beans. Jurgen's beautiful, crisp, really good. George's higgledy-piggledy.
No.
If ever there was a description.
Which I understand. I understand, like, you know, it didn't look that good, but his looked crisp all around.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they look for finesse in these challenges, but his looked pretty good to me.
Well, when it's all said and done. No, go ahead.
The nuts were showing.
I get because I remember they had to cut the butt off to see the nuts.
Yeah. So, it's pretty much how that works sometimes, is it not?
I'm really trying to just be an adult.
As an adult, we can appreciate a good nut and squirt joke. That's okay. I can imagine some child watching that wondering what the hell they mom and daddy laughing at. Like, don't worry about it. Just keep that to yourself. As we run it down, Lizzie in 7th, George in 6th, which higgledy-piggledy means I feel like George could have went up a spot. Amanda 5th, Giuseppe 4th, Chiggs in 3rd. Chiggs easily competing in 3rd is a good spot for him in this one because Christelle's came out the damn woodwork. I was like, wow, the best she's ever done in technical this series. Most times she just really just whiffs it in technical, and that's why she always be on the damn block. Like, you was fucking up in the middle there. So she came through this week and did the day thing, and I got to put some respect on her for that. I'm proud of her for doing it. I was like, well done. Like I said, the one thing that has eluded her this whole time has been a well done technical, and she showed up this time around. Which is good, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, her signature was fair enough, but a real good in this instance, technical, just all of a sudden it just elevates her skill and her position in the competition.
Right.
And of course,
so the two Greeks came in almost last place, both of them, Amanda and fucking George. Like, how do you fail the Greek challenge? Like, your nan or whatever is very not happy with you.
Correct. And
he was into donuts, not baklava.
But he's Greek.
Cypriot. He's from Cyprus.
Okay, well, that's like being from like.
It's like being from Greece because it's right there next to it.
Okinawa or whatever. It's Japan. It's in the water. No, it's like a totally different country. I understand.
Oh my god. But the homie Jurgen did the do. Came in first, and just gotta say it's Jurgen, man. He's very good at what he does. So
the Jurgenator is back.
Showstopper, a highly decorated terrine pie. Every time I see them make these pies, I'm like, no, thank you.
I always want some, but I always remember that their food is not seasoned, so it looks better than it tastes.
4.5 hours to do this, and I'm just like, cheese and rice. But I get why as we go along here. Jurgen made lunch in Freiburg, the town Jurgen comes from in Germany. He explained how, like Ant was saying earlier, how hot water crust works. So hot water crust in this situation is they take hot water, add it to the fat, and flour to gelatinize the dough, which gives it an elasticity, and they got to work with it while it's in its Play-Doh state. Because if you looked at it, it really did look like Play-Doh.
And this is the part Nick enjoyed, the slapping of more dough. And,
the whole tent was pizza dough.
Oh, it did. Like Jurgen had this technique where he had both balls in two hands and just like rolling them out.
I saw.
They
George.
always say bakers have the strongest hands.
I mean, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All that hand kneading.
Yeah. George made a Christmas dinner pie. So, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Amanda made a fancy terrine pie, which I'm just like, really? I think you could have done better. Amanda's decorations could be amazing. Them little pigs and the little whatever she was making. I was like, this could be fly. Lizzie made
The
Neptune's
pigs didn't
pie.
even make it out the oven, did they?
There was
I think-
one on the tray.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Lizzie went for Neptune's pie, and my question is, why the Brits always putting fish in pie? But this one was salmon, ricotta, and spinach with a fish-shaped mound of mashy potatoes in the middle of. Imagine, if you will, a meatloaf with a fish loaf in this instance, with a fish shape down the middle of it. So when you cut it, you got a cool little fish shape,
Which
all
was
baked
dope.
in.
But like
Oh,
fish
bro.
and potatoes together, I guess. I guess.
Fish and chips, yes.
Yeah, but that's like like a French fry. That's a totally.
Yeah.
That's a
Salmon and mashed potatoes.
yeah. I don't know how I feel.
I
About
don't know. Y'all must not have been at the Cheesecake Factory lately, because salmon and mashed potatoes go.
I haven't been at the Cheesecake Factory in like 4 years. Sorry.
See, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong.
Fair enough.
Right, I have to check it out. I'll check it out.
Giuseppe made Laura's terrine pie named after his lovely wife, who I guess is the pie maker in his life. I don't even know what he put in that pie, and I don't think I have notes to even tell you what is going on there. Yeah, sorry. Christelle made Lily Nana's pickle cottage pie, a risky of being runny, but then we find out Christelle's Nana Lily is Kenyan, and I'm like, there it is. It all makes sense now.
But she sure ain't got no rhythm when she was trying to do that dough beating dance. I was like, please take the camera off her.
We'll blame the English side for that. But she know how to season and make a delicious curry, and we're gonna put that on the Kenyan side. So that's what's up. George forgot his filling in the freezer, and of course they made all kinds of hard sausage jokes. And George fucking up was lending credence to my idea that this motherfucker's going home.
Right. He did have a loser edit, especially when he placed like second to last in the Greek dessert challenge.
Correct. Chiggs made a Leicestershire. Man, that's a weird. Sure, Leicestershire pork pie. I guess Leicestershire is famous for its pork pies. And so Chiggs came through and put that together. I noticed Jurgen put them little chimneys in his pie, and I was like, that's kind of dope. But then I saw a lot of everybody else had done it too. So I was like, okay, maybe that's a part of the pie baking process. They have to be able to let steam out of the pie or the dough won't bake up right. As always, George and Amanda are running behind. And I'm just like, George, come on, man. But whatever. Who was dancing? It was Amanda.
I think it was Chiggs and Amanda, and they tried to get George to do it. And Matt, because I noticed Matt had on a pair of brown and yellow waffle racer 2s.
Your sneaker wisdom is always gonna come through, man.
Because I'm like, it's funny. I have the Fireberry pink and yellow ones. I had to order them from the UK. I ordered them from the UK.
Apparently, that's been the move lately. Is how you do it. People just been working around.
Sometimes it's not.
Well, hey.
Because I ordered some shoes from there. They have to be back in 2 weeks. Like in the time frame. You can't. How the fuck I'm gonna send those back in 2 weeks?
Right. You got to like send them back the day you get them, basically.
Yeah. So
Chicks does have a mean shoe game, though. I peep every week.
Yeah. I cannot believe George took that pie out the oven to, quote, fix it. I'm just like, don't do it, George. Just leave that shit in the oven, man. Just cut it after the fact. Just leave that shit.
Yeah.
You already late getting it in the oven, man. Just come on, bro.
and you got frozen meat inside that pie.
Yeah, like that has to be done. And I was like, why the hell they want these cold ass pies? Because they kept talking about we got to put the pie in the fridge. I'm like, what is going on in England? But it has to cool down to slide out the pan.
Yeah, it has to congeal.
Yeah. I don't want food that must congeal to be consumed.
Yeah, no. Ugh. Ugh.
No. While everyone is unmolding, George and Amanda are still in the oven. So everybody else is that far along. They've taken their pound, put it in the fridge, cooled it down, and are now removing it from the mold. And them two still baking. Guess what step is gonna get missed here? Still in the oven. This is bad. Leaking pies, soggy bottoms. This is a concern when you make these kind of dishes. Amanda stuck to the pan because again she never cooled it off, so it didn't get a chance to kind of seize up. You know what I'm saying? You get stuff cold, it'll come away from the metal. It was tragic.
Chig's was leaking a little bit. Christelle's was leaking a little bit. Chig's also had cracks in his.
Yeah, I wrote down George didn't even remove his from the pan.
Yeah, he left the bottom on.
It was for that I truly thought his ass should have went home. I was just like, bruh, come on, man.
They let him slide super hard. It was like he was 16 in the third grade, and it was like, you know what, man, you gotta pass right now, because that was cheating, honestly.
It is a I would have sent you home situation for real. Lizzie's pastry was too thick. Giuseppe, fantastic design, good pastry, tastes great. Chig's cracked, but the flavor's good and design uninspired. Like, we make pork pies in Leicestershire, dog. You know what it is. Jurgen's beautiful, good pastry, dry beef. Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Giuseppe's owl. I mean,
that shit was fly.
If Christelle's wasn't so perfect, he would have won. That thing looked so. What does he do again? He an engineer. Yeah. I mean, I know he's a baker or something, man. That owl was so amazing.
Yeah, he did the thing. Amanda's bone dry.
Ooh.
Good seasoning. But imagine, if you will, bone dry. Come on, bruh. George.
So it was like a 2-piece from Popeyes, like the biscuit real dry and the chicken. Yeah, so together, it might have been seasoned good, but it wasn't tasting good.
Show. George is underbaked, but they really like his design. Mushy sauces that they was concerned about. He said, I probed it 3 times. It was 82C every time. No, 82C. Yeah. So it is properly cooked. But my guy, it was frozen, so.
They thought it was raw. Like, could you imagine tasting cold sausage?
No, I cannot.
That bacon, I know they cook their bacon differently over there, but that bacon did not look done to your girl. It's like, put it back.
That was bacon and also carrots. I don't understand. I mean, obviously it tasted good to them, but what the fuck was that? Like, it was thin strips of carrots, bacon, and sausage. They love that shit, man.
It did not look appetizing.
Christelle, beautiful college, color lovely. The sneak handshake is probably one of the funnest things I've seen ever in the show. I mean, like I said, I've watched a good chunk of this show. That was so dope. Because that was what Nick saw at the beginning of the episode. He's like, come here, come look at this. And you're like,
seen this.
And I'm like, what the fuck is shit? I was like, is it paper? Did she forget to take something out of there? And my man just gave her a handshake, and I was just like, the super rare showstopper handshake. Like, that shit just, it don't go down like that.
And he even said, he was like, you know what? When they were sitting down, I was like, I don't like giving handshakes. I don't like it. She lucky she got that.
They described her cottage as brave, witty, charming, perfect. And I was like, okay, there you go.
I mean, she's up there with Jurgen and Giuseppe for the best decorators in the tent. She just, like she said early on, she's messy, and time always gets the better of her. Like, not her. She bakes messy. Her bakes are always beautiful. That vanity she fucking did, like,
it's still something I think about.
Like, she's incredible with the decor.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I think was it the week Maggie went out? We said that this would be the week where you get to see who's gonna make it to the end.
Yeah.
Because pastry week is about finesse, and George finessed the fuck out of this episode. I don't know I don't know how this happened, man.
Probably because he was holding Amanda's shit together with the jaws of life so she could even get it on her board. Without his help, her shit would have just disintegrated.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They
But
probably
like,
gave him a break for that because he saved her bake.
okay, so what did they say about her cronuts again? Amanda's?
Amanda's.
They
Hold
were
on,
dry?
roll up.
No.
Amanda. You know what? I ain't really know. They didn't. They wanted more bacon on it. I didn't write that down, but I knew they wanted. They said they wanted more bacon on it. She goes, "It's a shame. I had so much bacon left."
Oh, okay.
And then like the maple wasn't hitting like they wanted it to.
Okay, so she had weak flavors.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I can see it a little bit more clearly now.
Yeah.
But I like George a lot, but this should have been his week. He should have went home this week.
His donuts was hitting.
They like
Okay.
the donuts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe that's what gave him the. And then like she did better than him on the baklava.
But just about
slightly,
that much.
Only because they had to make an order. I think that Amanda has needed to go for like several weeks. I think
We've been saying it.
George has been kind of riding the wave. He hasn't had like a stellar week. He's had good challenges, but he hasn't had a great week. But he also hasn't had like a shit week. But Amanda, she's needed to go for like 3 episodes. So unless she did excellent this week, it was her turn.
Yeah. Yeah. True indeed. Lizzie saved herself because her little fish pie was the shit.
It was really
like I said,
cool. It was really cool.
She had a very good signature and a very good showstopper.
I'm telling y'all, next time y'all go to Cheesecake Factory, get you some salmon. Like, whatever side they try to get, it's like, let me try it with the mashed potatoes. It's it goes.
Fair enough. Can they make it fish shaped for your boy?
I mean, probably not.
Maybe I come through with my own little cookie cutter and just hook it up.
And put like a giant fucking goldfish cracker on the top of it. Fine that.
Just run the game. Yeah, that was nice too. Her decoration on that damn pie, man.
It was dope.
Yeah. So word up to Lizzie. Christelle, Star Baker this week. First woman to be Star Baker so far on this series. So we are at 6 episodes. 6 episodes into a 10 episode series, and she is the first woman to pull it off. It was Jurgen twice, Giuseppe twice, Jigs once. And now we got Christelle, and earned it. There's nothing you can say to me that would not prove to me that she did the damn thing with that one. So respect on it. Plus, she got like I said, she got a showstopper handshake.
Yeah.
Which is also rare as well.
Yeah, right. It's like a shiny Pokemon. That don't happen often, okay? Amanda is finally out. Amanda should have been out. And like I said, if you go back and watch it, yes, that's who had the loser edit this week. And I just didn't realize I was worried. Christelle was getting the Star Baker edit. And I was just like, what's they doing? What's going on with this? They keep focusing on her in a way that had me concerned, but I should have been noticing. Like I said, them damn maple bacon, them basic ass donuts, I should have knew. Right off the rip, I should have thought like that's the most basic shit. Everybody else here making these crazy, wild, technically interesting donuts, miso, caramel, and shit, and various things, and you made maple bacon donuts.
I feel
that shit was out of fashion. That shit was out of vogue years ago.
I feel like she went the American route, and they don't like us.
Probably.
You probably should be going the American route. Like, again, maple bacon donuts has been out on this side of the pond for some years.
Man, well, because now we do maple bacon cupcakes now.
I have not come across that, and I hope not to.
No, okay, I know this is inside baseball, but like that when we was at work and they had brought in all those goddamn cupcakes, and like they had like jalapeno and like candy jalapeno, and they had maple bacon. I was like, what a bullshit is this? I can't eat these.
I know y'all are in the coalition, but making bacon maple donuts. Go.
When the last time you had a maple bacon donut?
The last time I was in the office, because we used to get them from like Astro Donuts. Or Duck, either one. They would bring them in like once a month, but I haven't been in my office regularly in a couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man, the donut game has changed. Oddly enough, although I hadn't been to the donut spot in a while, I for a while here in this Pandician, I had a regular donut lick I was hitting up the way. And even they not making no damn maple bacon no more. What they are making is creme brulee joints. So
Well,
When was the last time you been to Ducks?
Yeah, Astro and Ducks is just part of their menu. It's like their best seller, the bacon and maple or bacon whatever donuts.
fair enough.
Because my partner loves Duck Donuts. I got her a gift card. I don't know if she know where it's at, but she loves getting maple bacon from.
What did you say bacon tasted like on the show?
Oh no, bacon smell like shit to me. It literally smells of poop. I hate it. It smelled just like it just smelled just like
chitlins.
Not chitlins. It smelled like the pig enclosure.
Oh,
Because my sister's grandma used to live next to a pig farm, and we go visit the pigs because hey, look, it's pigs over there, and that's what bacon smelled like to me. It smelled exactly like that damn hog pen.
Yeah, every morning when we used to get to work, they got a Charlie's sandwich
spot. Yeah.
And they used to cook up bacon like in the morning, and it was just not a good morning for me. It would ruin my morning every morning for a while.
It's not a pleasant aroma.
I love the smell of bacon. I dine on the swine.
That is okay.
As long as you don't got a Foreman grill at the end of your bed for it to wake you up, and you don't burn your foot.
That would be kind of dope, though. Maybe it's on vacation.
Oh my goodness! Next week, episode 7 is Caramel Week.
Oh,
and I'm just like, what are we doing with that?
They got to do. They probably got to do like twills and shit, like pop candy work. They got to make candy. Pretty
sugar
much.
work. Yeah.
That's the only chance that Lizzie wins Star Baker because it doesn't have anything to do with like traditional decorating, probably.
Yeah, she can build.
Yeah, and if George is definitely going home because it's a finesse week. It's a finesse week.
Unless he's Star Baker, he either has to be Star Baker or he's going home.
That actually is true. He really got to show up and show out, or he will be on his way out. And that's
either that or somebody who's been doing very well takes a shit this week if they have to go. Like our girl Ermine, that's what happened to Ermine. That's what happened to her. She was doing.
You remember when Chiggs made the sticky toffee pudding and he was trying to make the caramel and could not
out of it.
Yeah, like wouldn't even come out. So it's like we will hope he has learned a lesson from that. But just saying,
I was hurt by that week when she got out. That was when I was gonna stop watching.
Yes, Charmaine, my friend Charmaine, she's still like every time we talk about the show, she's like, God damn it. And then Laura went on to the finale and fucking did hella terrible.
Yeah, that I swear, like I was done. I was done.
I was really upset.
I had to. I went back and watched the finale months later.
I once I walked away from it, I was done. I couldn't. I'm still emotional about it. That was my girl, and she had done so well.
Yeah.
So if Jurgen happens to, knock on wood, have a shit week next week, they'll send his ass home.
Yeah. Oh my God! Don't do that to me. Why would you do that to me?
I don't think it's possible with Jurgen.
Here's the thing, though. Giuseppe is still gonna be there, and they're neck and neck for me. So these next few weeks, somebody has to come up to compete with them.
Yeah. So we shall see who it will be.
This week's gonna be George week. Then it's gonna be Lizzie, and then that's
It's semis and then finals. Yeah, you're right.
Unless Lizzie, pulls the ultimate underdog and makes it to the final. Watch Lizzie win this whole shit.
I think the final three is going to be Giuseppe, Cristal, and Jurgen.
Absolutely.
Which I believe we said from the get go. So we'll see if we are correct. But
even though I don't want Chiggs to go, I really like Chiggs.
Yeah.
Like no matter who leaves, even though it's gonna be hard, it's harder and harder.
I agree.
Yeah, when you get down to the last few bakers, it's like, damn, I ain't want to see you leave, man.
Right.
I'd rather you be in the finals. So I can at least see you, everybody together at the end, you know.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but there you have it. That was another episode of Crème Patisserie. We did the damn thing. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you next week. That's NicJu.
Hey.
Go listen to What's the Tea because it's dope. And that's
Yes.
Tatum 216. And I mean, you should know what he do because that's kind of why you're here. That's how he gets
The
down.
man who's been wanting to brush
Sarah
his beard
713.
this whole episode, but I didn't.
That's become a thing you do when you're on the mic, and I'm like, why are you doing this on microphone? Just brushing your dang face.
I do it all day long. That's why.
I'm about to say I'm Tatum 216. That I am not. I am Terror 713. We will catch you next time. Peace.